Does Russian President Vladimir Putin seem like the guy that would accuse someone of being a traitor and then say, never mind, just go to Belarus and hang out? And that's what's happening in Russia. And we're trying to put the pieces together as to why. Why would Vladimir Putin, who poisons his political opponents, allegedly.
How does a fella get caught up in that sort of business?
Well,
Why would he let the chief of the Wagner group go to Belarus?
Yeah, none of this makes sense. None of this entire Russia-Ukraine dust-up makes sense at all unless you start following the money, of course, because the United States decided to go against one dictator and back the nicer of the two dictators. The little, I like to call Vladimir Zelensky the little dictator tot. Yeah, so I don't understand why this war between a corrupt nation in Ukraine and a superpower like Russia isn't just over. I understand Ukrainians are tough. I get it. Got a lot of fight in them. Got a lot of push in them. Little engine that could, but they are going up against one of the most advanced militaries in the world, and this isn't over yet. So every single piece of this, Wagner, Zelensky, it just all seems like a cartoon to me. It seems like a movie.
It does. It doesn't seem like we're living in the real world at all. Because you think about what just happened. So the Wagner group was instrumental into Russia's war plan because they were one of the only ones, the only general to be able to gain ground in Ukraine. Bakhmut, I think, is the name of the town. So they got that, the Wagner group. And then they were like, you know what? They thought the Russians killed them. So they were like, all right, screw this. We're going to Moscow. They got like halfway to Moscow, and then no one touched them. And then they just turned around and were like, peace out. Like, that's super cartoonish, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's also, I want to go back to the money if I could.
show me the money!
Because already plans being made to rebuild Ukraine, and at the top of that list, did you hear who that is?
No.
Jamie Dimon of Chase Manhattan Bank.
J.P. Morgan is the same bank that did business with Jeffrey Epstein, the pedophile, correct?
Yes, correct, and settled for $200+ million to the victims of the Epstein empire.
We have a very good friend who happens to be a United States congressman, and he always says it's always about the money.
Show me the money!
So, let's add another element here. Is it possible the United States went out to the Wagner Group and said, hey, guys, how much would it cost for you guys to just leave? Because other than you guys, the Russian army can't hold up against Ukraine. I'm just saying, maybe it's possible that they were like, here's a few billion.
And didn't we just, or maybe as a rounding error, didn't we just accidentally send $6 billion plus more to Ukraine?
Follow the money.